In the land of ancient Philistia, where the sun kissed the rugged hills and brushed the fertile valleys with its golden rays, lived a man of unparalleled strength, a judge over Israel, known as Samson. His locks flowed over his shoulders, speaking of a secret that only he, his mother, and God knew, a Nazirite vow that harbored his mighty power. Samson was admired by his people and feared by his enemies. His exploits were the stuff of legend. He tore through lions' maws and toppled imposing columns with his bare hands. Tales of his victories spread far and wide, highlighting him as Israel's champion against the encroaching Philistines. In the town of Sork, a woman named Delilah captured his heart. Her beauty was mesmerizing, her charms captivating, and her motives unseen. She lay the snare from which Samson would find it impossible to escape. The Philistine lords, desperate to subdue their greatest foe, approached Delilah with a generous promise. She was to find the source of Samson's strength, and for this knowledge, she would receive wealth beyond imagination. Hungry for riches and clouded by her desires, Delilah agreed. Delilah caressed Samson's brow one evening, their flickering fire casting silhouettes on the tent walls. Her touch was tender, yet her words were poised with purpose. "Tell me, dear Samson, what gives you this incredible strength? How could you be bound and afflicted?" she asked, her eyes searching his. Samson, wise but smitten, toyed with her curiosity. "If they bind me with 7 fresh bowstrings, yet unused, I will become as weak as any other man," he lied, grinning with the confidence of one certain of his invulnerability. So Delilah wove the bowstrings and bound him as he slumbered. She called out, her voice echoing with feigned alarm, "The Philistines are upon you, Samson," but he snapped the strings effortlessly, their deception confounded. Yet, Delilah was relentless. Her pleading continued on and on, as constant as the river's flow. 3 times she cajoled him, and 3 times he tricked her with falsehoods. But her patience, unlike the strength that filled Samson, was inexhaustible. Finally, wearied by her persistence, Samson revealed the truth, his heart laid bare at her feet. "No razor has ever touched my head," he confessed, "for I have been a Nazirite to God from my mother's womb. If I am shorn, my strength will leave me, and I shall be weak like any other man." Delilah knew this was no jest. As he slept with his head cradled in her lap, she called for a man to shear his defining locks. With each snip of the scissors, his power ebbed away, flowing like the river to the sea. Awakened by Delilah's cry of warning, Samson rose to meet his foes, but found his limbs heavy and powerless. The Philistine soldiers seized him, blinded him, and bound him in chains. Now a captive, Samson was taken to Gaza, the heart of Philistine lands. There he worked at the millstone, his once proud body reduced to grinding grain. But as the days passed, his hair began to grow again, unnoticed by those who jeered and mocked him. On a day of revelry, the Philistine lords called for Samson to entertain them. They brought him to the temple of Dagon, and there, in his blindness, Samson felt the stone columns between which he stood. With a prayer to God, he asked for strength one last time, to exact a decisive blow against his enemies. "Let me die with the Philistines," he prayed, and with a mighty heave, Samson pushed against the pillars with all that was left of his regained strength.